Christy, thank you. 3 new San Diego County supervisors. They took office this week. Quite the unusual time for everyone, wouldn't you say? New District 3 Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer joins us now. Tara, good morning. Thanks for taking the time.
Good morning. Great to be here.
The first thing we said is quite the unusual time. It really is to take a new role of leadership during a pandemic and so many other things going on.
Well, I mean, it's an important time, and it's really a good time to have new leadership in San Diego County. There's so many critical issues that we face, not only across our nation, but across our region. And I'm just ready to hit the ground running to tackle the big challenges facing San Diegans.
Let's get right to the main thing everybody's talking about, COVID-19. What is your role, and what do you plan to do to get those vaccines out, to get this thing under control?
Well, as you know, I ran on a platform of taking a science-based and evidence-based approach to public policy and public health especially. And there's no question that getting these vaccines out as quickly and efficiently as possible is absolutely our number one priority. I'm just now in the process of getting up to speed on all the briefings, just started last week. And my priority is being very efficient about vaccine distribution, making sure that whatever we're getting from the federal government, whatever we're getting from the state government, we have systems in place locally to get those out as quickly as possible. I mean, right now we're definitely seeing a lot of snafus and bottlenecks at the federal side, and hopefully we can do a better job here in San Diego County.
Can you explain to folks in terms of the role of county supervisors working with the federal government, the city governments, the state government, and everybody else, how the county supervisor's role is key in all of those relationships?
We asked this before.
Well, I mean, this is true across the board. I think a lot of folks don't completely understand how important our county is to our day-to-day lives. But a lot of these programs that we hear about in Washington that are passed, like the CARES Act, et cetera, big portions of those are implemented right here by our county board. So this is really where the rubber hits the road on everything from healthcare to climate change to other really critical issues that are so important to all of our lives.
The next steps, if you could give us more details about the vaccine rollout, because I know people are waiting, and you see how other states are doing it, how other cities are doing it. You mentioned that it hasn't been as quick and as fast as we had hoped. So what do the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months look like for us here in San Diego?
Well, to be honest, we're really still in the process right now of figuring out what we're going to be getting from the federal government, from the state government, and sort of trying to make a number of contingency plans to be ready for whatever happens on that front. Right now, we're in the process of figuring out how to accelerate the timelines that we've been given. And that's what I'm working on is seeing if we can accelerate the timelines that have been coming down from Washington and from Sacramento, and seeing, what we can do here. But again, a lot of this is being driven by what's available and what vaccines are being made available at a national level. And so we're really just trying to, plan for all contingencies so we can be ready for whatever happens and whatever comes at us.
Full well, government transparency has been on the forefront of everyone's minds. It's what everybody wants. Why is that so important?
I mean, gosh, that's a huge question, right? I mean, this is a fundamental question about democracy and representation and what government's all about. From my point of view, I'm doing this job, and I hope my colleagues are doing this job because we want to serve our community. We want to, make our community a better place for everyone to live, for our children, for our neighbors. And, a big part of doing that work is being accountable to our constituents. And, I think about this work as a partnership. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. But I'm a partner with you. I'm a partner with everyone in our community to think and do better work for San Diegans. And we can only do that when we're in constant communication and dialogue and are transparent and accountable to the citizens that we represent.
I feel like over the last year or so, your fellow supervisors, Nathan Fletcher and Jim Desmond, have really been butting heads a lot of conflicting messages coming out from the Board of Supervisors, from Mr. Fletcher and Mr. Desmond. How do you step in as a new supervisor and kind of make that work a little bit better in terms of messaging?
Well, I definitely am hoping that we can all get on the same page. It's really important that we're speaking with one voice. And my view is that voice should be following public health orders and following public health guidelines. So I'm going to be there every single day, making sure we're reinforcing the public health guidelines, and that that, we're all trying to move,
Sure.
row our boats in the same direction. And to the extent that, my fellow supervisors are out there defying public health guidelines, I think that's pretty counterproductive. But to the extent that we can, all begin to really rally behind one unified message on science first, evidence first, public health first, I think that's how we're going to beat this.
District 3 Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer, we thank you for the time. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you.
All right, still ahead here on the Fox 5 Morning News, how the community stepped up to help a veteran get a new lawnmower.
She was on
And then
point.
the puppy bowl is